Okay, so I was gonna say something about thank you for the real talk. I was gonna say something about how having characters of opposite worldviews together is fun. I guess I'll just say we're back for more Kingmaker. I still don't know what's up with OBS. I'm still running off a really crappy weekend, so I'll fix it when I get to it. Damn it. For now, thank the 5 of you. Oh, Taras, Tabor, Zara, Shadela, Thesker. That's a mouthful. For your support on Patreon, helping us burn old Sycamore to the ground. We will jump right in with the in-character reflections. No one has the excuse if it's too early now, because it's not anymore. So we're going to take them as you see them from on OBS right now, as you see the tokens. The top left corner, we will begin with the in-character reflection from the man of the hour. I feel like I'm going to say that a lot, but the man of the hour, Mr. Cadis Carries.
Ugh. You mean the one that's been shunned for the past, hour?
Yeah.
Rip me. Okay. So, yeah, Kato Sicarius, level 1 swashbuckler, Rosalind Bravo, level 1 monk, master of many styles. Last session had some very, very heated interactions with the party. Things are rocky at best, to put it lightly. He's still not entirely convinced about this whole diplomacy angle with these mites, which he, it doesn't even have confidence that they will, be able to uphold their end of the bargain to quit their thieving and such in the long run. But he's willing to go along with it to see how the, how this plays out. He does agree with the party that on the kobold side of things, the chieftain, not the chieftain, sorry, I keep mixing them up. The shaman is problematic, both to the mites and to the kobolds themselves. So, in his opinion, that is the most pressing issue right now. The mite situation with the kobolds being secondary.
Good enough for me. Take that hero point. Well, no one used a hero point last time. You retain 1 hero point, you animals. And next we will go to the. I was kind of worried at the beginning because the truth be told, the campaign traits in Kingmaker are all really good, and I knew someone was going to begin play with a horse. I didn't realize how long overland travel takes and how awesome that is, especially when you need to go grab a translator real quick.
Yeah, Senya's been able to do so much with that horse.
Senya the Black Stag.
Senya the Black Stag, Kelid Barbarian of the Geminid Invoker Persuasion, though she hasn't really learned those skills yet. She's been a little. She's probably the most reserved of everyone, and been observing how Kato and the rest interact with each other. She's been a little worried about the party unity, and she's kind of wanting to see where it goes and where it leads, though she does agree that out of this whole entire our most recent adventure, the mites seem a bit of a pest, though not entirely dangerous or not too worrisome. But the bigger problem is the kobolds and their shaman, who has resorted to blood sacrifices and does not stand with her very well.
Good enough for me. And we'll take it next to someone who now has it's been 1 session since Kalira ate something of questionable merit, and I don't know how to feel about that. There was definitely a lot of running jokes with my people a couple weeks ago that anytime Kalira saw anything that was kind of foodish, Kalira would eat it, and I thought it was hilarious. But nothing this time. No mites were eaten. No old sycamores were eaten. Bakken is in one piece, and Kalira has the floor.
Yeah, Kalira has accepted her role as the emotional core of the team, and she will do all in all efforts to ensure that the team stays focused on what their true goal is, which is not to be peacemakers, but to make kings. and the number one rule in making a king is money. You need profit, and she wants to make sure that everyone is focused on that. However, she does also have her own um, uh, uh, well, her own opinions and feelings, especially when it comes to blood sacrifices. She's had a bit of a history with that sort of thing, and she tends to have a tough time holding her temper around those who do such things, and she hopes that the party can come to understand that if things do come to an end. But she and because she is a half elf and she is a barbarian of the superstitious bent, um, she her and sacrificing priests to false gods. Yeah, no, that's not something that she's going to let stand for very long. And yeah, that's it.
Makes sense to me. So I'm gonna call Arcturus next. I'm gonna get in the habit of calling Ionia last. Why, you may ask? Well, because no one needs to follow the pros. So, so I'm doing. I guess also really quickly while I'm thinking about it, am I coming through okay? I know a lot of my patron groups actually have said that like my last words are falling off. I want to make sure the noise gate is.
Yeah.
You were good. Like session 1, you were really good. Had no issues except there were a few times with the latency, but that cleared itself up.
Okay.
Since we started session 2, you're a little choppier.
Okay.
Now
Fair enough.
So.
I
Like you
will.
said, it seems to be kind of the last of your words.
Okay, got it. I will. Now I'm closer to my microphone, and I'll watch Discord. And if the little green light around my face goes away, I'll punch my monitor. But for now, Arcturus Vilma!
Yes, I am playing Arcturus, and I'm an Inquisitor of Abadar doing magical things someday. And obviously last session was rough for Arcturus. I think, I know he definitely views Cato as pretty unhinged at this point. He's concerned for Ionia's safety, considering that's why I'm here, especially in this party. Honestly, hearing Cal's version of events that she described to our goblin friend, whose name I will, for some reason, just escapes me and I can't say it.
Bakken.
Bakken. It's not that hard. After hearing that account, it definitely shifted the blame from the two of them more to almost squarely on Cato. And unfortunately,
Because you know Cal's telling is 100% accurate.
It was.
He's just the genuine, honest.
she's usually pretty bluntly honest about everything. That's kind of a fault of her character. She's not really a big lie. Like she told it in an annoying voice, but other than that, I was inclined to believe her for the meat of it. Either way, so my character's not too happy right now. If there was any confusion before, because when I get in the character, I can sound angrier than I personally am. So just so there's no confusion there. I'm okay. My character's not. Yeah.
Esker and Arcturus are two different people. Fair enough. Good enough for me. All right. They hit us with the pros. It's story time, everyone.
All right. Once more, to get the boring part out of the way, I am playing an occultist. Pretty straightforward. I believe we left off at night with Bakken riding on. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
All right. Ionia wanders off once more to a quiet place away from camp, the larger male dog trotting along behind her. She unrolls a familiar canvas bundle, this time selecting a different clay figurine. She sets the figure in front of her, gazing upon another orc. This one is quite different from Kieran. This one is labeled Zonoth and is much leaner, stands with his palms facing upward in front of him. She lights the incense and sits cross-legged in front of the figure, with her own palms facing up to the sky. She closes her eyes, the smoky fragrance of the incense finding its way to her nostrils. She takes a deep breath. Zonoth the Wise, I ask for your guidance. I am unsure of my allies and their intentions. I ask you to grant me the insight and wisdom I need to see this mission through and establish a kingdom befitting of Abadar's grace, and not a recreation of the scum and villainy of poor ice. End.
End. And beginning. We will go to session. Wow. Okay, so Bakken rides off into the night. My understanding of events is we're going to rest here for the night, and then we're going to head back to the soot scales. Is that correct?
Sounds about right.
Okay. So whoever takes watch, they do notice the soot scale, or excuse me, the mites, when darkness falls, they do come out. They don't come out as if to go a raiding. They do come out to, like, defend the front door, basically. Probably about 7 or 8 of them, all told. They don't know where your camp is, but they know that things happened, and they'd like to be a little better prepared for it. I assume no one reacts to it.
I hope not.
You hope? Oh, well then, since you said that, how
Here we
quickly
go.
how quickly can I get my armor on? Just kidding. No, it's fine. We're gonna obviously keep a close eye on them, but otherwise, no action from the camp.
Sure.
From me, anyway.
Understood. Okay. The morning of, as I am tracking it, I believe the 21st of Rova dawns, and we will slide from the map where you're going to the map of the map. Well, no, we don't even really need to do that either. We can just, you're going to go back there. Nothing happens between here and there. It's not far. It's maybe like 4 hours. And you guys arrive once again at the lair of the soot scales.
Anyone there to greet us?
Yeah. The tokens all look the same. So, like, barring the chief and the shaman. But the sentry who comes up and looks at you is not the same sentry as before. There's a different scale coloration. They have a ridge, or a sail, I guess, rather, running up their head. They look at you, they look at the 5 of you, and... Well? You got our idol?
We have a lead. Is your chieftain available to meet with us?
I'll go talk to him. And in they go, in they go, in they go. Whoop. Okay. The kobold is gone for a while. There are 3 of you who know the exact distance from the entrance to the cave to where probably the shaman is. And they are gone for much, much longer.
Uh-oh.
Do we have a bad feeling about that?
Sounds about it.
Sounds yeah.
DC 20 to get a hunch, basically. Yeah. Arcturus has a bit of a hunch. Arcturus was suspicious in the first place. Now it's like they're taking a while for a reason.
This is taking too long.
Oh, do I get to cut something in half?
We might want to figure out a more defensible position.
Oh, you mean we're not going to try to negotiate ourselves out of this one?
I don't bother responding.
Enough of that, Fop. Just let him. Just be happy you get to do more murder, since it seems to be your favorite thing.
I don't enjoy killing anyone.
You don't.
Just hear Tara laugh.
I enjoy hearing Tara in the back every
favorite
time.
when it comes to the
Every
girls'
time I
story.
mic up, she just howls.
Yeah, this is taking
What do we?
too long.
What? I mean, it's
All right,
possible they
so-
could be notifying the shaman directly instead of the chieftain.
Or they're...
Well, it could be another coup.
Either way, we came with news that we're going to return their statue. So, what could they possibly
we-
do?
but we
Maybe a
came
new
at-
chieftain.
Yeah, he did mention a different scale pattern. If that means anything, I don't know. I'm just...
And Bakken said
spitballing
they
here.
change chieftains like every other week.
Right.
Oh, I hope the shaman didn't murder the chieftain.
I'm pretty sure that's what he does. when chieftains get probably when they get a little out of pocket, they're removed. I may have planted a bug in his head. Maybe.
As much as if combat were to happen, can we agree that if it is at all practically possible, we direct our efforts to the shaman?
Oh,
Absolutely.
oh, Taurus.
Obviously,
Yes.
I'm not asking you to,
Trust
kill
me,
yourselves.
Cal will have no problem beelining the shaman if given the chance. So,
Does it matter how slowly I kill him?
can I get a sense of how long it has been? Like, has it been 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
It's probably been like 10 minutes at this point. It would really only take the kobold who doesn't have to squeeze through those tunnels like a minute at most.
Can I do a perception to see if I like hear any noise from coming from the
Ooh.
I mean, you can, but then the mage does things.
does something, yeah.
Spending 1 point of mental focus. This functions as augury using your occultist level as the caster level. An augury can tell you whether a particular action will be good or bad. The 70 plus 1 per caster level to a maximum of 90. Okay, fair enough. So then, I suppose, what is your question?
I suppose the question is whether or not we should be hostile.
Okay.
Whether we should be hostile?
Whether an action would be good or bad.
If they come out and we are armed and appear hostile, will that have good, bad, neutral?
I mean, I could probably, without hocus pocus magic, can probably tell you if they come out and we're all brandishing weapons. It's probably gonna go one way.
Makes sense. Okay, so Ionia begins to concentrate. Ionia's caster level is 2.
This would look something like, I'm still working out my ancestors, but this would look something like probably asking that same ancestor Zonoth again for some insight. Zonoth, how should...
Okay. So you see in your mind's eye, as you close your eyes and concentrate, the image of Chief Sootscale set up on that same altar where blood was before, Tartuk sacrificing him, kobolds cheering. The process repeats. Like, you're obviously seeing different days, different kobolds, so on and so forth, until all of the kobolds are dead, except for Tartuk. Then Tartuk leaves. Your question is, if they were to come out and see you guys with weapons, if that would be a good or bad thing. For you guys, it would be a good thing.
Oh. You know how Bogdan said the tribes were disappearing one by one?
And he also said that Tartuk is not a kobold name. I think we should, and as I say that, I start to pull my crossbow.
Oh no.
So let's go in there and fuck.
But we learned when we went in before that it's too tight to fight. We need to get them out here. Maybe we can flush them out somehow. But engaging in there is...
well, don't you have that fire?
I'll flood the cave like 2 gallons of water at a time.
No, I'm thinking we have alchemist fire, don't we? We can.
Right. You have that.
Oh, I have one on my bandolier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, I guess we don't. Do we know for sure there's no one we like in there?
I mean, no.
Again,
It's
no,
possible
we should...
the kobolds are.
I mean, I feel like the kobolds are just being...
They're dupes in this.
Manipulated. They are being duped, and obviously we won't want to punish them, but they're not going to let us just walk in and apprehend their shaman. It's a shitty situation that's going to require a shitty...
Oh, I have an idea, Kato. This is something you've never tried. We could do non-lethal. You want to try it? Look, let me show you. You swing this flat side of your sword.
Okay, all right. the issue is we can't just go in there. We'd be single file in a cavern that's too small for us to navigate, and it's their home field advantage. We would get slaughtered.
What if we just feign ignorance and yell in like, "Hey, are you coming?" Or wait.
I mean, go ahead. I'll stand back here.
That would certainly be a bluff check.
That's not a good idea from me.
I'm going to.
All right. What I'll. Okay, sorry. Do you want to do something, Cal?
Yeah, I was gonna take out my old trusty bullseye lantern, and I'm just gonna shine it down there, get a good look down that tunnel, because I looked at the thing. It's 60 bright light and then 60 dim,
Mm-hmm.
and since I'm a half elf, that's 120 for me.
Right.
I was gonna make a bluff and say with the light it would also help if we can see anyone, but just say that we have your idol. Are you planning on coming to get it?
Okay. So that should illuminate a lot of things for people. Boom. There's a rock. I'm gonna just.
Cone is pointing the wrong way on my screen.
There we go. The thing about it is there are a lot of rocks in the way. Like you would have to get like
Right.
here before you have unobstructed line of sight. It's really clear that the kobolds did not reset. The traps are presently not active. You could put your foot there and be fine. But that's where the wall is. That's as far as you can see moving that far forward. There is also a hard corner over here where the mite was imprisoned.
Okay. So I'm gonna shout back. It looks like they don't have the trap set, so they're not expecting company as of yet.
Did
Okay.
my yell yield any response?
Okay, fair enough. So there was indeed a shoot. I will make a couple of GM rolls.
I just rolled my bluff. I don't know if you saw it.
I did. Yeah, I got it. Okay. You shout, and we have the idol. Okay, sure.
Come out and get it.
1, 2, 3, 4. Can I get a knowledge nature check really quickly from those of you with the aptitude?
I do not have knowledge nature.
One moment.
Okay. So the creature that makes its way, and it's awkward for it to move as well. I guess I'll put him single file here. Around the corner. Is Cal where Cal is standing?
Yeah.
Okay, so they come up to here and here. There's technically 2 squares there. And here, and then the size of a pony, a raven, flies out. It looks over to paint it directly on the head. The barbarians are very sure that is literally a giant raven. Just some parts of the world, they grow a little larger than the average run-of-the-mill one does. Tartuk appears at the back of the pack. Ah, yes! You've returned at last. Please, please. Hand one of my fine brothers or sisters the idol of old Sharptooth, and we'd be more than happy.
The deal I made was with the chieftain. Can I speak with him, please? Where is Sootscale?
Ah, yes, you! And he says something in Draconic further down the tunnel. And you hear the sounds of feet moving, like where you can't quite see them. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do is the
Why do I
sound
feel
of
like
movement.
it's gonna be like a dead animated.
No, this is gonna go great.
The chieftain makes his way up around where the raven is, and then when he gets about there, Tartuk just, no, please, please, great and mighty Chief Sootscale, allow me, you stay in the back, perhaps there will be a curse. Let me do the talking. The chieftain looks uncomfortable, but steps back into the shadows.
With all due respect, Shaman, I would like to discuss with the chieftain himself.
Okay. Give me some kind of social check. everybody. I guess I should kick on the board now because all of the tokens are just getting as close as they can to where the fight is.
So Cal's just gonna glare at the chieftain back the fuck up.
Can I?
I mean, the
Chieftain?
chieftain. I mean the
Oh,
shaman.
the
Sorry.
shaman.
Can I see the chieftain from where I'm at?
You might be able to. I will whip you. If you can't, that's because there are a lot of really big rocks in between the mouth of the cave and where like Cal is standing. So your line of sight should be accurate. It's just it's very, very cramped in there.
Okay, and he's that one, or is that the shaman?
Yeah, the purple one is the shaman. You boom.
You can't see the chieftain. He
Can't see the chief.
Peeled off to the side.
And the diplomacies and the intimidates are diplomacied and intimidated, and no one speaks Draconic still. You hear the sounds of, like, just basically in a very loud, raised Draconic, the chief shouts out something from somewhere deeper in the cave. Other kobolds echo the cry. Tartu just, you fools! Fine! You, loyal brothers and sisters, kill them all! And we roll initiative.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, well,
I think the chieftain tried to either... Said, I'm sick of this.
he's like, I bet I'm gonna put my money on these guys to take care of this problem for me. I'm out of here. Oh God,
I'm fast today, but you're faster.
that's a first.
As I'm getting the initiative on my side ready, I look over at Senia, and Senia did not roll initiative. Senia rolled intelligence.
Oh, damn it. Darn it. Okay, where is initiative again?
It's in it. It's like next to your attacks.
Under your hit
sort of.
points.
Yeah, it's below your hit points. Yeah.
There we go.
There it is. All right. I'm just.
It was about the same thing.
Slightly better.
I feel like Arcturus and Cal have switched places. This is so weird.
It is indeed. I'm just really quickly marking the sides here. Who's who? Who's what? What even?
So the shaman did call out loyal servant, so...
Yeah. I just want to make sure I remember 4 rounds in who the loyal servants are. Boom. All right. So a kobold adds what on initiative? Not much at all. I don't think kobold adds like 2.5. That specific number, that and a half, is important.
Is it?
It's like that unset from Magic. Oh, it's hard to find anything on kobolds without. There it is.
Sorry.
You're fine. Okay, so +1. So I got these 4.
I didn't realize Arcturus had a +4 to his initiative, and he's just been rolling terrible all this time.
Mm-hmm.
He also has his improved initiative plus his wisdom modifier plus. Well, he might not have taken improved initiative. I might be wrong about that. But I know Inquisitors are go fast, which is the most important part.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, those are some hot rolls.
Hit or miss. We do what we can here in Kobold Town.
Wow.
As we all start humming the song the Goblin King and the Hobbit sang.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's those. And then I've got... Counting is hard. Boom. And my cat has woken up. So this combat will be heavily accentuated with the meows of dying kobolds. That's the new canon. They aren't dragons, they're just little cat folk.
I like it.
Thanks.
No,
Alright, so
Because I instinctively hate all kobolds.
you also hate cats, you monster.
Well,
Seems like you instinctively hate everyone.
It me. And then the 2 that, well, you as well, I guess, huh, big guy? You get
in character, Cal loves these little things. She thinks they're cute, but
Aww.
she still kill them.
They're really cute, but we are going to kill them.
Hopefully just one. Who probably isn't even one of them.
I mean, there's 4 we need to get through just to get to the one we want.
If I gotta cut a bit of shaft, to get to the wheat, so be it.
So be it. Oh,
You just love that expression.
Yeah, I do.
oh wow, look at you go, buddy. And I think Chief Sitscale with his +7 has won initiative. Nice. Whereas, last but not least is old Tatic. Hello, Tatic. Yeah, he's not the best either. Okay, so then that's all told of that number. I know, right? Initiative is so entertaining to watch when there's a billion combatants, and we set it up. So the first one who is up is, in fact, the Chieftain. I guess since you guys are a little new to like playing at tables with me, if it ever comes a time that you would like to roll for the NPCs, please freely interject as I role play with myself here. The chieftain raises his club and he swings it down, says something in Draconic at Tartuk, and I'm sure, it whacks him right across the dome.
Oh,
Artoris can go
long
ahead.
time coming, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. Artoris, you can go ahead and go. Roll
Um,
damage really quickly.
Holy shit.
Just so I'm
Did
clear,
the
that was
chieftain
the
just-
chieftain attacking the shaman.
Yeah, red is friends, blue is enemies. I know you probably don't see a lot of red right now, but maybe
All I see is like a raven, the shaman, and a couple of blue.
Because of my little cone.
we don't need light, right? This is
Uh,
all lit up.
the lights have been extinguished now, I'll say. So
Oh,
someone casting light or having the light on is important. Okay, fair enough. All right, Artoris, you're up.
Well, how about I go ahead and give? I'm gonna. Gross. Well, we need light, yeah. So, how about I
can't
give?
see him attack.
Does that matter?
It does.
For you, right? Not for me.
Yeah, no, not
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and give light. I'm gonna cast light on, let's say, Senya's.
Rancer?
I know. I'm just trying to think. Like, what are you wearing? Some part of you that will illuminate you and 20 feet ahead.
I guess my rancer.
Perfect. And what else needs doing? Probably not much, right? That's a full action, yeah.
That was a
Even
standard
though
action.
yeah, okay. Well, I guess just sort of shimmy on over here. Can't see anything, so maybe I won't. I'll retract that action, and I will continue to stand here. Other than the light, I keep the light action. That did happen,
Okay,
and then
sure.
I'm done.
So then I need to, from Senia, it's okay. So the 4 kobolds in the front. There's a little bit of light spilling in, but not there was enough light probably for Cal to see from like the sun spilling into the cave, and then the light comes on, and all 4 of the kobolds up front hiss, and like it doesn't stop them, but they all kind of like instinctively try to raise their hands to their eyes. And 5.
Can we pause 1 second? There's someone at our door. I'll be right back.
Sure, I will. If an attack
I'm
comes
scared.
at you, I'll say something. I want to double check really quickly. Not the old Sycamore. We did not fight at the old Sycamore. We fight at the cave. Alright, so yep. This cave is definitely made for things much, much smaller than pretty much the entire party. Just remember, you almost played a bunch of halflings.
I do remember that. It would have been great fun.
And you'd be real good right now. Okay, so you guys are presently squeezing to move through. I will put the mechanic for that in the Discord chat. I think TLDR, it's like a -2 to most things. But, well, if that's a spell, that doesn't help me. I just want to know what squeezing does. There we go. Combat. In any case, I'm going to try to attack Cal. I have a -1 because I'm sensitive to the light. It burns us. There's my telephone. My telephone. That has the kobolds up. So we have not much. Okay, sure. Coming at the barbarian. Boom. A 13 to hit.
That misses.
The kobold has too much pain in its eyes right now. And I think the raven can't really do a whole lot of much right now. It can flop and be angry, but that's about it. Like most birds.
As they do.
As they do. Excuse me. Each, actually, so as of right now, Cal has I'll put it in the chat now, and anybody fighting in the tunnels who's not a kobold basically takes a -4 penalty on attack rolls and has a -2 to, or a -4 to AC. Would that affect whether or not that hits you?
Oh, because of the tunnel.
Yeah, because you can't
Oh,
properly
yeah,
move.
the -4 to AC would definitely, yeah, because
Got
my
it.
AC 16.
All right. So then, boom. Okay, so I think I just do like a D4. I'm cool, but I'm not that cool. I have favorable terrain. So it's, okay, cool. For 7 points of damage, max damage as the spear, despite the blinding light, stabs in to the side of our barbarian. The big burb is going to try to do big burb type things in the direction of the chief. I don't feel as bad about going slow about this because, well, there are people at places. Misses the chief. And then it's, who's next? You? Where are you? Who are you on the, whoops. That's why I can't tell. I don't have my cursor selected. I'm just drawing red dots everywhere. That never happened. Okay, so you, where are you?
AC is 12. Ugh.
How healthy you feeling, Cal?
Oh, I mean, not bad. I have more than half my health, if that helps. I'm pretty beefy.
You might be one of the, yes.
I haven't even raged.
You hear the sounds of kobolds skittering and scampering in the direction of the front door.
All right, sorry about that, guys. We're Tara and I are back.
Alright, cool.
You're fine. You didn't miss. Well, you missed Cal getting stabbed by a spear for 7 points of damage.
Yeah, we all have -4
Nice.
AC, by the way.
-4
to
AC,
attack.
-4 to attack while fighting and squeezing. And Kato is up. Kato showed up literally in the nick of time.
Oh, nice. All right, who stabbed you? Guy on the. Oh, I see him. All right. Jeez. What to do? What to do? I guess I will just 5-foot step into range here.
Okay.
There are 2 of them, correct?
Mhm.
There, I can see. I can kind of see 2. One is kind of in the black, but I see his hand sticking out. Okay. I am going to chop at this one. Oh, I can't ping for some reason. The one on the left, like Kato's right, our left, as we see them.
Gotcha.
Okay, cool. So I'm at a -4 to attack.
Yep.
Gotcha. Oh, sorry. As a swift so 5-foot step. As a swift action, swift action, I'm going to enter crane style. Because that's my thing now.
Mm-hmm.
And then do an attack action. I will fight defensively with a power attack. Make sure I put a -4 in here.
Get your modifiers together.
It's a lot of slashing damage, but it mostly just hits the wall of the cave.
Misses.
Starts a cave in.
So much slashing damage that the kobolds have a much bigger problem now. 5, 10, 15, 20,
Ping.
Yeah.
I have a question, real quick, Tommy.
Sure.
If I have a spell that gives its duration in minutes, it's a buff. like, do we just kind of ballpark how long we feel that is, or is it like 1 minute per round, or what do we think about that?
In combat, 1 minute is 6, or 1 round of combat represents 6 combats. Or Jesus, what even am I? 1 round of combat is 6 seconds, so a minute would be 10 rounds.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Long time.
So minutes per level is probably the encounter with room to spare. Anyway,
Gotcha.
I have 2 kobolds going next. This one's going to stab at Kato, if Kato would like to do something about that.
Probably
Yeah, I
not.
will. I will absolutely. Opportune parry
Oh, okay.
with a -4. This is all still -4, right?
Yep. -4 to your AC, -4 to the roll. It's not a good look for the swashbuckler. He proceeds to roll like a natural 20.
I'll be fine.
The +4 dodge bonus to AC basically just negs out the squeezing bit. And you have a 17, I have a 13. 17. So you do meet it. You are able to just parry.
Ching! And riposte.
And repose.
Oh boy.
I didn't see that coming. Did you, Tibor?
I did.
I didn't
was
see
a
it
little
coming either.
shocked.
Natural 20.
Well.
Crit for 24.
So that's a 20.
Assuming the crit confirm of 21 hits, which I imagine it does.
-4 to a 17 would in fact cause that to confirm for if you want to flavor that kill.
Do I have your approval for this one, Artorias?
You will never get that name right.
No one
I
will.
won't. I don't know how I flavor in such cramped. So I swing. My initial swing hit the wall. But then, I don't know.
You
kobold-
you elbow Cal, and Cal shoves you, allowing you to.
Yeah, okay. The kobold sees an opening, which was actually a feint. The initial miss was intentional. So as the kobold attacks, the blade quickly flickers back, deflecting the blow and severing the throat of the attacking
Did you
kobold.
just make your miss a part of your plan?
all part of the plan.
All part of the plan.
It turns out I did, in fact, mind if you flavored that.
All of a 6 to hit at Cal misses super bad.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35. You hear the sounds of many a kobold come a-running. This one's just going to try to stab at their former chief and miss. 5, 10, 15, 20, 22.
So we have, I think, 3 of us at 10. I don't think Senya and I made it onto the initiative track.
So you didn't. Fair enough. And you guys are at count 10, you said?
Yes, and you're at 10
Yeah.
as well, right?
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, like all 3 of the ladies coming in at 10.
Okay, appreciate that.
Oh, Cal too.
No, I thought it was a 6.
Cal had a 9. Senya had from a 5 to a 6.
Oh, who was I seeing that had a 10?
Me.
Oh, it was Cal.
So Cal has a 10. Cal has a 9, is what I'm seeing. Oh, I guess I'll scroll back up. Yep, I see a 10. Fair enough. Okay. For Cal's sake, I didn't clear it out for everybody else. If you have your tokens selected when you roll initiative, it should auto-import them, which I guess is what I accidentally assumed is what happened. But we'll just plug in some numberooskies here. Boom. And where is Ionia has count 10. We are presently at count 10 indeed. Okay. So I'm just going to reset.
Yeah. I wasn't in the last one either when we did the Deer of the Mind. I don't know if there's.
I had you on that one. You might not have been able to see it, but you were
Maybe
there.
I just can't see myself on this thing.
Can you see your token? I'm going to check that. Yeah, you should be able to see your token. In any case.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about on the turn order thing.
Sure.
I can see my token on the map.
Ionia is... we'll say Ionia is first, because she was polite enough to call that out.
I will shout to the kobolds, your shaman is a false prophet. See how he's turned on your chieftain. And I'll also shout to my party, fall back. And then I will we'll try to take a shot at the shaman in the back there, and then I will take my own advice and fall back.
Okay, sounds good. So Ionia is not in the cave. Ionia is not suffering.
Oh, you know what? I lied. I'm going to instead cast a shield on myself.
Okay. Works for me.
And then fall back.
And then fall back. All right, Cal. Target-rich environment.
All right. So
Why did you
after-
fall
after-
back? I'm sorry.
Because we're fighting in really unsavory conditions in the cave, and we'd be better off drawing them out to us.
But you're gonna just leave the chieftain to die?
My hope is that his people will protect him.
Admirable.
Okay.
So after getting that lucky shot, that spear went in deep. Cal's gonna go in a rage. The one that attacked her is gonna go ahead and attack. Because it's so cramped in here. Probably not gonna power attack. Yeah. Can I use my greatsword in here, or do
You
I have
can,
to use
yeah.
something else?
You're
Okay.
just suffering a -4.
If I used a different weapon, would I not suffer that?
You
I was gonna
wouldn't.
say, if you use a small arm, right? Something. Oh, sorry. If we use something like a dagger or short sword, we could fight.
Yeah.
Penalty-free.
Can I use a push dagger with 2 hands?
You can't. And the issue is not necessarily size of the weapon. It's more like size of your literal body.
Mm-hmm. But I can use the push dagger and not receive the penalty.
You would still like if
Oh,
you're
I
using
would.
it-
Oh, I'm
yeah.
sorry. Oh,
Not
well,
because of
never
the
mind.
size. It's not the size of the weapon. It's the motion of the character with the weapon who can't quite fit in the square.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm gonna use my greatsword then. Swing at 'em. Can't -4. That is -4.
Got you. Okay, so then it's an 11. Does that include your stats from raging?
Sorry.
Does that include your buff from raging?
Yes, it does.
Okay, fair enough. So then a -4, it hits the wall.
All right, and then I'm gonna use my a movement action to intimidating glare. The one that is furthest from me, that's next to the. But the one that's right in front of the raven.
Okay,
Like
sure.
to intimidate and glare that guy.
Sounds good to me.
Intimidate the wall as well.
3 rounds of
And I
demoralization.
crit that, sure.
I'm sure you have it, yeah. They do not have the biggest wisdom mods in the land. Yeah, he's shaking mechanically in his boots.
All right. So yeah, I'm just going to end my.
Okay. So there is a lot of movement that happened while people were deciding what to do in combat, is why I jumped the initiative really far down. I know, kitty. Tartuk takes a 5-foot step back to get out of reach of that club. Tartuk holds up his hands, and spellcraft checks can certainly be made as he begins to cast the thing.
I'm outside, so I'm going to refrain from this one.
Okay, sounds good. Well, Artoris certainly could.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, am I cutting out again?
No, I think it was my fault.
Pip. Well, spellcraft check, he's casting a spell.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. In the last couple of seconds before you realize you can't see him anymore, you realize that Tartuk has cast invisibility on himself.
You hate to see it.
You hate to see it, and now you no longer see it. He poofs.
The
Why?
chieftain
'Cause he
clubbed
got-
him good. The
Yeah.
chieftain clubbed him good, and he's like, okay, F this.
Pretty much. All right, Senia's up.
Can't see much.
Yeah, that's probably accurate.
So I'm gonna move like a 5-step back, or 5-step forward, closer to Kato.
Whoever you are in front of me.
Alright, now I see enemies. Alright. So can I'm gonna attack this the the guy to my, what is that? Right?
Here?
Yep, that guy.
Cool.
Is the guy over there?
Yeah.
It's the one that stabbed me.
Oh.
There's lots of guys in here you can't see until you actually
shit.
like move up.
And from
Or
where
shoot.
where Senia is standing right now, I know the squeezing is super awkward, but that's kind of the point of the dungeon. That kobold is within 5 feet of you, so you can attack it with a reach weapon, but you would then take a further -4 for a total of -8. That said, from the square you were at, you have line of sight to both of them, and would only be taking a -4.
Gotcha. Okay.
And the rest of my players are going to watch this, and they're going to get so salty at... I realize I'm not even capturing the right part of the board. There we go. Going to get so salty at how nice I am to new players. But in any
Well,
case,
I do have a short sword, so I don't want to retract what I've done. So
okay, fair enough. Use the short sword.
I'm gonna attack that guy that I said I was, and I'm gonna do basic.
Okay. So, yeah, it slams into the wall as the kobold is able to dodge out of the way.
-4 is brutal.
-4 is brutal.
Just roll natural 20s like I did.
He's not wrong, you know. Movement from
Well,
inside.
We can't all be the star of the show.
This is the Kato show. I have a -2 on this because I'm shooketh.
Apparently, I'm super good at murdering things, so you guys said it.
This
Yeah,
goblin,
that's true.
this kobold would like to attack Kato.
Are we in a new round?
We're about to be. So, which means you don't have combat reflexes yet. Got it. Well, that doesn't matter. You can still, no, wait, yeah. I'm sorry. I know what I'm saying. I'm awake. You have.
I've used my attack of opportunity this round.
Regardless of 5 super misses. What are... I'm assuming... I know Achilles. Okay, fair enough. The chieftain is full of righteous anger and rage, and he's going to swing his club again, this time at the Raven. He's not going to be quite as good. Famous last words. The Raven is very, it's very clear the Raven knows the chief is there. And he misses. Arcturus is on.
Maybe I should just use Bless. Would Bless be better than giving someone haste?
Well,
I mean, in these cream quarters, I don't know, man. I don't know how good.
Well,
haste
Bless
is.
gives +1 morale bonus on attack rolls, saving throws, fear effect. What's something else, right?
the chief would certainly be happy about it.
Tommy, do I get my attack of opportunity back at the start of this round, or do I get it at my next turn?
On your next turn.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna cast Bless,
Okay.
and if I go here, so I can keep an eye on Ionia, I still have line of sight of the other 3, so I think I'll do.
Okay, works for me. And once again, let's try to stab a barbarian. We'll attack a... we're not that smart. This time we'll attack Senia. Senia's armor class -4, and I have a 19 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
For 5 points of piercing damage as his little spear, like you try to dodge, but the cavern is too narrow, and in it goes. Meanwhile, an enormous burb, the biggest burb you've ever seen, who's not so good at rolling in this scenario either, feebly tries to bite the chieftain and misses. Gato.
You said Kato.
I said Gato. Gato.
Oh,
He
sorry,
said
I didn't hear that.
Gato.
You're attacking me?
No, it's your turn. You're on.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Oh, I get to kill another thing.
Basically.
All right. This is the one on the. I killed one of these. Is one of these dead?
Yeah, there's a dead one on the floor.
And the blue one is the one with the blue icon still alive?
Yeah, these two are
Alright.
both still. This one has extra thingies on it because it's shaken.
Oh, because it's
Scared.
shaken?
Yeah.
It's scared.
Oh, which is also -2 to its AC, right?
I think so. I'm gonna double check it. Shaken and sickened always get confused all the time. It never doesn't matter who's playing what. It's just the facts of life. Conditions. Shakenade. Or boom. That's how it's pronounced. A shaken character takes a -2 penalty on attack rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks. Shaken is a less severe state of on and on. So not its AC.
No AC. Boo. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna stab it anyway. Fighting defensively with a power attack. -4.
Gotcha.
Oof. Nope. Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss. Alrighty, so then this one is going to it's gonna cough and stab at its chieftain and miss, I'm pretty sure. Turns out kobolds aren't as good at fighting as they might want you to believe. Yeah, this is several other kobolds come running up. You can hear the sounds of them screaming out in Draconic. This one here will attack Ksenia. Swinging at an AC minus.
Ooh.
Split a 16 confirm against your AC -4.
Yeah, she's AC 15.
Okay, gotcha.
So just.
So double this, 8 points of damage as this one gets you like in the rib cage.
Ow.
Now indeed. So that one stabbed the chief, that one moved, that one moved, that one stabbed at you. That one, we're on count 11 now.
We all still have healing potions, right?
Yeah. Misses the
Definitely.
chief. Cannot hit the chief. The chief is hard to hit. This one will go.
Go
running.
Chief!
25, 10, 15, 20, 30. Okay, Ionia is on.
I can see my party from. Oh, did I not have push to talk that whole time?
Nope.
I'm gonna come back in here. I think I can see the party from here. Yeah.
You should be able to.
Would it be a heal check to see if anybody appears to need healing?
I mean, all of the like rounds in like turns in combat happen at basically the same time. So Ionia comes around the corner as Senia takes a spear in the lungs.
I'm sorry, one more time. As who
You
was that?
saw Xenia get stabbed.
Gotcha. But Cal had taken damage earlier, right? Can I tell which one looks worse?
Between Cal and Senia? Probably. Probably Senia. I'm gonna say Senia.
There you go, friend.
Failure.
Failure!
Oh, is that what that is?
No, that's a
Rolled a
if you were
7.
yeah. In any case, the issue is you would need to be standing next to Senia, close enough to touch her.
Oh, it's touch.
Yeah. And there's not really like you can definitely get Cal. Senia's there's not a square for you to land in. Well, that's not true. You could land here.
I would get an attack of opportunity against me though, right?
No, they're 10 feet away from you. There's like half a square where I moved your token, basically.
Okay, so I can go here and target Senia with the Cure Light.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Roll.
I will do that. I have not flavored this implement yet, so
It's all good. Looks like you rolled max too, so got an 8 in there.
Am I missing something? Didn't she fail the spellcast?
Oh no, that's if she was rolling to cast defensively. The macro has all of the things in at once,
Oh, okay.
which is really handy.
do I have? I can't move after I've taken an action, right?
Right.
Okay, I will stay here.
All right, Cal, you're on.
Okay. So I got 8 health. Yeah. 8 additional health. Is
No,
right?
that actually went at Senia. We found a way she could get to the one that was more injured.
Oh, okay. Never mind. All right. So Cal will try to take another swing at this little bastard.
Okay.
Just with the great sword, and it's gonna be -4.
Okay, yeah.
Jeez, it's rolling so bad today.
The wall is in pain and anguish as you whap into it
Yeah.
once again.
Nah, and then this time I'm going to some movement action. Oh, so that's a lot of rounds.
Yeah.
Are you just scowling at people constantly?
I'm throwing mild insults. What sort of bird follows around a bunch of lizards? What is wrong with you? Something like that. And then that's
You're insulting the bird?
Yes.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Fair enough. So as that's going on, as all the intimidatings happen, lots and lots and lots of kobolds are making, like, you can hear the sound of kobold fighting kobold now, as the chieftain's reinforcements have arrived, and we have rolling a 21 against the bigger cat. No, if my cat was as big as a giant raven, I'd be worried for my safety. 15. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, the burb is shooketh burbeth. And what can I do? Oh, not much. I'm just gonna hang out, I guess, and there's somebody else moves up the chasm. 10, and it's on Senia.
So I'm gonna keep attacking this.
Okay, works for me.
All right. I'm gonna swing my short sword again. That's a -4, right?
Yeah. Yeah, once again.
More clanking.
More clinking and clanking and kobold, and that's a new word to describe this encounter. All right, so
That -4 penalty is
Yeah, it's pretty
awful.
strong. Yeah.
I gotta stop giving myself. I just need to start attacking with my highest hit roll instead of trying to do fancy moves that give me penalties to hit.
Yeah. This kobold would like to. They realize Kato is fancy. Oh, damn, they're not smart. I'll attack Kato.
They realize what?
We lost you there.
I was gonna be like, I'm sorry, I looked at my phone. I've said it a lot on my channel that it's not fair to not target the guy with opportune parry and riposte. So my first thought was, I'm gonna hit the one I can hit. I'm gonna target Senia. Then I realized that was kind of poopy. So I'm gonna try to stab at Kato. Smart boy.
All right. I will opportune. All right. You rolled it. Oh wait, you haven't rolled.
I haven't rolled it.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna hero point that.
Okay, works for me.
Might as well use it for something, right?
No, just take him home like the rest of us.
Isn't that the scared one?
It
Whoop.
is. So he instead swung a -1 instead of a +1. Oh, okay. I'm gonna. Yeah, so we both have a 6. It's an opposed roll. I forget what happens here. I think what happens is it just bounces off. Yeah. No. It's an AC that it has to meet, and it met it. So the 6 would miss you. Chieftain. Oh, Chieftain is in danger.
Uh-oh.
Cat is in danger. Cat and Chieftain are in danger. Wait a minute. Actually, that's not
No,
true. Dell has a 7. because Dell is presently blessed.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I'm blessing
That's good.
everybody.
I was also I was just reading the opportune parrying riposte, and it says I have to beat the attacking creature's result.
Oh, not fair enough.
So,
Which you just did.
which I did with the 7.
Uh-huh.
Oh, thank you, Esker.
You're
right.
welcome.
I'm gonna stab you back.
Esker's over there like, I regret everything. Can hear it in your
I'm
voice.
gonna try to stab you back anyway. Nope. That's
Not so much, no.
What are these rolls?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Just gotta roll net 20s like me, guys.
It has worked very well for him when he has. Okay, the chieftain tries to swing in the direction of the big burb and hits the wall. And Artorias.
All my high rolls are going to my intimidations for some reason.
It's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, that -2 to their hit rolls against us is nice. Though I'm starting to think that Ionia had the right idea initially. This close quarter cavern fighting is awful.
I just worry they would have ganged up on the chieftain and then been like,
Yeah.
we'll come out of the cave later.
You guys
after
never
we're done
listen to me
murdering
when I'm
everyone.
being smart.
Feels like a haste turn. Haven't done haste in a while. Who's a good choice? Who's feeling good? Who's feeling spicy?
Me.
The sound of spice.
I am the next. I'm the first to go after you.
That doesn't mean anything.
Means I can kill something before it kills us back.
Oh, I guess it does mean something, doesn't it? Alright, fine.
Yeah, logic.
I'll
Can't
use
deny it.
haste on K.
Okay.
Or, well, specifically, what's it called? I want to be right here.
One round of haste, the judgment or blessing that the Inquisitor gets.
Inquisitor's direction. Yeah, there we go.
There it is. Alright, so then I'm going to try to stab at Cal. Oh, boy! And have a 9.
That actually misses, amazingly enough.
Nice! Alright, Kato's on.
Yeah. All right. What is the haste buff? It's a plus. It's I get an. Sorry. Can you walk through what your buff gives me again, Esker? I forget all the details.
Haste is a +1 bonus on attack rolls, a +1 dodge bonus to AC and reflex saves, and your move speed increases by 30 feet.
And I get to attack a second time, right?
While making a full attack, yes.
Yeah. Cool. All right. I will make my first full attack. Well, yeah, I'll make a full attack. So for my first attack, and it's +1, -4. I'm not going to do any fancy power attack though, because I don't want that -2. We'll just do fighting defensively with Crane style, because that AC bonus is too good to give up. So that's at a -3 then.
Beautiful.
Fortunately.
All that setup for one.
Ping the wall.
Second swing.
Bruh.
Not much
Damn
better.
it. Sorry, Esker. I failed. I can't roll above like a 6 or 7 for 4 attacks straight. Am I close to at least caving this place in?
Not quite. You would sooner break your sword, probably.
Probably done so much damage to the mine at this point.
A little chunk
Esker,
of
remember
sword.
that
What's the mind's AC?
So that
Remember
natural
that
20
time
was an
you
attack at Sania. I'm going to confirm it.
Oof. Ooh, yeah.
They're really good at stabbing barbarians for 4 points of damage.
Whew. Thank God.
Not as much as it could have, but
You
once
luck-
again, the kobold shinks in.
You lucked out there big time with that damage.
That crit does not confirm against the chief for 7 points of damage. You guys hear what clearly is the chief from the sound of his voice. He barks out something in Draconic as he is wounded by somebody behind him, and it's on Ionia.
Run in there and heal the chief.
Just run right in.
Yeah, right next to the giant bird. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Unfortunately, you
Yeah,
can't quite get past the kobolds.
Oh. Okay, I think I see like the edge of his token. That bird, by the way, is looking like the symbol of Sheilin with all those colors.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You're fighting Shellin. Shellin really likes kobolds.
I
Looks
don't
like we
know.
might
I
be instilling a new chieftain soon.
can't see the shaman anymore
soon.
either.
Well, he's invisible. He's probably the one that just hit the chieftain in the back, to be honest.
That's right. Man, I wish I had something for that at later level.
Yeah, if only our mages could counter this magic.
Screw you.
Give him a couple
I'm
more
level
levels.
2. Give me a break. If I were to shoot my crossbow at that bird, would there's a like a hit chance I might hit one of my allies that are standing next to me?
There is not. But you would still take the -4 because from where you're standing, you're squeezing. You would then, unless you have precise shot, you would take a further -4 because the bird is engaged in melee. But so basically, you're firing it at a -8.
If I took a step back to like here, would I have -8 still or
From there, you'd be at like a -4.
Okay, I'll take a step back to here, and I will shoot my crossbow
Okay.
when I find it. Give me a sec.
And with the -4, unfortunately, it pings the wall. I've said that so much. But Cal, you're
I'm
on.
helping Kato cave this place in.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, Cal's going at it one more time.
One more
I'll say
time.
one more time, but it's probably not gonna be because I'm probably gonna miss.
There you go.
You were
Oh,
saying.
okay. Never mind.
At 18 would confirm 25. Who's our target?
The kobold. Why can I? Oh,
I'm taking it this one.
yes, that one.
All right.
Yeah, I've lost the ability to ping on this map for some reason.
That's weird. It should be just hold down left mouse button. You should be able to do it.
Oh, there, it worked. That's
Yay!
Good. It wasn't
Okay.
working for me earlier.
Now I'm back. Okay.
If you'd like to
Anyways.
flavor that kill, it's very dead.
Yeah, after like banging against the wall so many times, Cal kind of just gets fed up and goes, "You know what?" And then she just like lays her sword flat and then like just swings it up through the creature's crotch. She goes, "Ah, Eureka!"
Eureka!
All right. And she still has movement. Can I try to like bowl through this kobold to get to where the raven is?
That would take a standard. To do a bull rush would take a standard action. Otherwise, yeah.
All right. So since I can't do that, I'll just use my movement to frighten this last kobold that I could.
Okay.
Rawr.
Intimidating.
Those intimidation rolls, dude.
You're doing real good, yeah. So then that's.
I am scary. I keep telling you people.
I don't know why.
I'm not sure why I need to take down one of the rounds of my debuff here. Boom.
I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough. That's successful. They fear the mighty Kalira.
The tiny little girl with the sword bigger than her.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm 5'11".
I mean, they just saw their comrade get sliced in half from the bottom up.
Not
That is the thing that
tiny.
happened.
All right. Yeah, my turn.
Okay. I think I can. Yeah, it's reasonable that I could. It's a little awkward. I want to make sure I want to cast this before I'm going to cast it. I want to make sure that I metagame really loud where everyone can hear me before I commit to doing the thing. Let me make sure this works the way I think it does. It's going to be a little unfortunate, but it is what it's... Okay, yeah, sure. So, you hear the sounds of... It sounds like a dragon roaring from somewhere inside the cave as the cave mouth begins to light up. And if... I think I can get everybody with this. 5, 10, 15, 20. I can get Esker as well. Cool. If all of you can make a will save for me.
Man, that's rude.
It is rude. It's also rude because I can't not hit, I think, everyone with this. The entire encounter.
Oh no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
rolled a 1.
Woof.
I will have an additional +1 to that for my warding talisman.
But
Understood.
if this is an enchantment, I get +2.
It is not.
I don't know if that would matter. That would still be 6.
The casters can make a spellcraft check, as always. Not sure.
I'm gonna use my tireless logic to re-roll that.
Sure.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, so let me see if Ionia failed it. Ionia did not fail it, so it's probably pretty good. I'll say that it was you that were able to identify it, given how you've like role played around the Fae as this has gone on. But clearly, probably Tortuk from invisibility has caused fear, and it looks like Kalira is feeling it, Kato's feeling it, Artoris is feeling it. You're fine, Senia. Senia's seen worse than this. It looks like both the Chieftain and the Raven are fine as well, but the two standing in front of Senia and Kato are not. Neither are people behind. So I'm gonna jump on over here and I'm gonna mark everybody who is for the next. I believe it's 1d4 rounds, isn't it? Right. Okay, cool. So I'll just roll a mass d4. Boom. For the next 4 rounds, frightened is Artoris. Frightened is young Kato. I don't know why I said young, but it feels right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those of you who passed, namely the Ionia and Senia, are shaken for 1 round. Frightened for 4 rounds is our barbarian. Frightened for 4 rounds are these poor little kolbs. I do what I can. It's hard to pronounce eyes like ease. Eyes before ease in the Omadei.
Yeah, the I pronounces as an E, Ionia.
Like everything else in Pathfinder. You just gotta think of the god of justice! Okay, cool. So then that should be body. You two.
So we're shaken?
You are frightened. You are...
Oh, frightened.
People who passed are shaken.
Yeah. A frightened creature flees from the source of its fear, which seems to be just on the other side of those kobolds, as best as it can. If unable to flee, it may fight. A frightened creature takes a -2, takes the same debuff as shaken, basically. And now we all start doing a big run. But not that one. That one's gonna 5, 10, 15, stab at one of its frightened fellows. Not so well. Alright, so Senia is taking a -2 on attack rolls for now a total of -6 this turn because she is shaken.
Can you repeat that?
-6.
Okay, so when I attack instead of -4, it's -6.
Yeah, for this turn because you are shaken.
Okay. And the kobold in front of me is frightened.
Yeah, they look like they're gonna run out the mouth of the cave.
So can I take a 5-foot step back over here?
Sure.
I do that. And if I do that, can I use my Rancer to attack?
You certainly may.
Okay.
Okay, unfortunately with that -4, it still pings off the side of the wall. Womp womp. Okay, so this one is going to try to flee from the source of its fear, which is right behind it. So it's going to move 5 feet. It's not smart enough to 5-foot step. There's nothing saying the frightened people can't attack. They're not panicked. They're just going to run. So at a -6, it provokes from all 3 of you, as this one is going to try to move past and around and out.
-6, cool.
So that's 17.
Yep, yeah, it is. If anyone else would like to swing, they certainly may. However, Kalira, if you'd like to flavor that kill.
Oh,
Okay.
clear. You got it.
Kato misses though.
Kalira, feeling the fear, she's a little panicked, but seeing the kobold coming right at her, she kind of just goes and it just swings at it like you swat at a fly or something, and it kind of just obliterates it.
Works for me. And obliterated it is, and the chief hits the raven. Plus,
So a roar from a dragon caused all this chaos.
yeah,
We don't have an explanation for that yet, right?
no, because no one passed it. Well, Ionia knows that someone cast cause fear. You feel very afraid right now. But maybe take a little bit of heart as you see Chief Sootscale whap the raven on the side of the beak.
What a guy.
What a guy! A+. Just gonna double check.
I should have hasted the chief.
Might not have been the worst idea.
He doesn't have the minus rolls.
Oh, he took. Actually, he's also blessed, so there's a further +1 there. Just want to make sure I didn't kill a raven. I don't think these things have a lot of hit points. In any case, Artoris, you must flee from the source of your fear, which is the cave.
Am I far enough away that I don't feel compelled to run?
You're not.
All right. Well,
Bye.
do I have the choice of doing my action after, or do I have to run now?
With the frightened condition, you flee from the source of your fear as best you can. If unable to flee, you may fight. You take a -2 as if you were shaken to things. Basically, you have to spend your turn. If you are able to run away from the cave, you must run away from the cave.
So, like, over here?
Pretty much.
All right. Well, damn. How much is each square?
5
Like,
feet.
horizontally?
5 feet.
And then I cast Detect Magic.
Okay, so since you're frightened, all you can do is run for the next 4 rounds.
All right. Well, then I
4 rounds. Holy.
just take it off. This is a great exterior here with a lot of interesting sights. Unfortunately, I'm too frightened to enjoy them, but I guess that's my turn.
Fair enough. Plus, I got to do my math here. I have a plus that minus that minus that. So the raven is just really bad right now. And probably it's going to try to peck at the chief, but can't really do a lot of much. Why can't I get this commanded? And boom, bam. There, and misses widely. And Kato also is frightened for the next 4 rounds.
Yes. So I just have to book it out of the cave too.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, fancy seeing you here.
We have some squares. Okay, so you hear the sounds. Those of you who have your wits about you yet hear the sounds of people trying their very best to run past the chief to no avail, as several collateral damages are assigned. Whap, and that one can't really get anywhere. And isn't frightened, so it doesn't have to like sit and do nothing. This one's frightened. It provokes from Ionia has a ranged weapon now. It provokes from Samia. This one needs to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 try to run out of the cave. Assuming it can make it out.
So I can
Yeah.
swing at it?
You certainly may.
Okay. Alright. And that's still a -4?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, here goes nothing.
Okay. If you would like to flavor that kill.
I barely hold my wits together about me as I swing my rancer under the kobold's feet and like take them right from under him, and he falls and bleeds to death.
And there he goes. All right, fair enough.
Can out of character lore question: can dragons take the form of humanoids in this?
Some can, yes. Anything that casts magic could learn how to cast like Alter Self.
Okay.
In any case, Ionia, you are on.
Is Cal still in here? Did Cal run too?
Cal's
Is that
about to
Cal right
run.
there?
Cal will start
Okay.
running at the top of the round, or not the top of the round, but next order in the initiative.
Okay. I will shout to everybody, you idiots, it's just a spell. And then, it's been pretty
Just
clear
a
down in
spell.
front of you, right? Just a fear spell.
It's just magic. It's just necromancy.
He's a little scared
It's like-
now.
I think I can come
Yeah,
up.
you're shaking.
Oh, yeah. What can I do when I'm shaken? I can still like attack and do things, right?
Yeah. You just have a -2 to attack rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks.
How salty am I feeling?
A lot. The most salt.
You should just charge in and hit it with your Gladius.
Well, yeah, but the dude is still invisible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Okay. I'm gonna run up to the bird.
Okay. As you run
I think-
through that square, your body contacts a solid surface that you can't see.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll stop wherever that is then.
Okay.
And I can draw my weapon as part of my move action, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll drop my crossbow and be drawing my Gladius as I run forward. When I hit that invisible wall, I'm going to swing.
Okay. So then the first thing that happens is, since something may or may not be invisible there, you know where it is, but you don't see the thing. You do have a 50% mischance to overcome.
Oof! You hate to see it.
Yeah, hate to see. Even if you'd rolled to know where that thing is, misses real bad with a modified, a -4 and then a -2, a modified 0.
0.
Oh, I can roll to see where it's at.
Yeah, you would. You are of the opinion that there's something right here, but to know exactly where in that square it is, it's a 50% mischance because you can't see it. Because like Tartuk can see you stabbing and would try to dodge.
Gotcha. So it's a percentile.
Yeah, but even then, rolling the 6 and getting a modified 0 gets you a whole lot
Gotcha.
nowhere.
Yeah. Just curious how that works for the next round, I guess.
Fair enough.
If you live.
Okay, Kalira must flee from the source of her fear.
Come join us.
Kalira knew that magic was not to be trusted.
Yeah.
Kalira's been telling you this whole campaign. You didn't
It's
listen.
great out here.
5, 10.
What are you all standing out here for? Enter. You should be running.
Well, no, we're all running roughly at the same time. It's just rounds happen separate.
He knows.
Pretty much. Okay.
I like how we're running out for our lives, all the big burly fighters, and Ionia's like, I'm gonna run the other way.
And Ionia sees one of the kobolds come up, look at the chief, say something in Draconic, and stab the raven to death.
You hear that?
Ooh.
You hear that, Asker? He called your character Burley.
Burly.
But he also called himself Burley, so that's
Everyone's
problematic.
Go chief.
Where is the kobold that's standing in front of me? Is that the one that stabbed the bird, or is that's not the chieftain, right?
That's not the chieftain.
I will give him an acknowledged look. I appreciate what you've done, sir.
Okay. So then... I like how Dell just like, what's going on in there? Oh, that. Okay, I'll go back to my spot now.
I want to see.
30. The last kobold comes running out, gonna try to stab Zitz's boys and does a big heckin' miss. And it goes to Senia.
And all right, can I hit the guy that's running past me? Is that an attack of opportunity, or is that a standard?
That's a standard action now, because unless you have combat reflexes, and I was unaware of it.
Gotcha. he's running past me, so he's clearly in no mood to fight right now. I'm gonna go protect Ionia.
Sure.
Like over here.
Yeah, I gave you that heal and now we're pals, yeah?
Yeah.
Smart, real smart. Okay, so the chieftain is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and go whap his former subject. And he does so very well.
I really should have hasted him.
He's real good at stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's the chieftain for a reason.
the kobold drops. Can everyone really quickly give me a perception check?
I would love nothing more.
Yeah, if you would please.
Oh, I get a bonus for this too.
Oh, come on. I have 9 in this.
Doesn't help.
That's-
Roll a 2.
That's a 14 from 13.
Okay. So you guys, as you go to look around, I'll say the 18 seconds of cause fear passes. You go to look around and you realize that somewhere in the confusion, especially like Arcturus, who passed the spellcraft check, it's pretty clear that probably by now the invisibility spell would have wore off, and Tartuk took his advantage when the traffic jam cleared up to get out of the cave as fast as he could. However, the chieftain turns probably towards Ionia, honestly, given that like they were the first to meet in glorious combat, and he extends his hand and just, "Thank you, friend."
Ionia looks very proud of herself and she extends her hand. She does the thing where she kind of like grabs his forearm and says, "You're welcome."
The Mando handshake.
Wow.
The Sootscale tribe is obviously pretty decimated. I'll move them out front here. All told, looks like, including the chief, 1, 2, 3, 6 kobolds remain.
Out of how many were there originally?
Closer to like 14.
Well, half's not terrible.
We can say that the strongest half survived, and now the tribe is stronger, on average.
And I am glad you came when you did, friend. I heard from, and he turns towards one of the other kobolds who's getting ready to pull out a celebratory moon radish, and he gets whapped on the back of the head, and then he doesn't
I'll give
anymore.
him a stern look.
Everyone's just like, "Not now!" And so he stops. I heard from my loyal retainers here that Tartuk was planning to sacrifice me next. You arrived just in time to cause enough confusion that we could get the drop on him. I am sure I would have died without your help, though. I am in your debt.
I don't know, chieftain. You seem to handle yourself quite well in there. But
Well, we build our
I'm
tunnels
glad to be
in
of
such a
assistance.
way that, you know, when you tall folk come in, harder for you to fight. Fortunately, none of the traps were activated.
Sorry about the damage to the walls.
I think we will be fine.
Well, we are happy to have helped, and we hope that we have gained your loyalty as we venture forward and claim this land as our...
He nods.
Hmm.
Did you find the statue?
We did.
We have.
He looks expectantly.
We have a bit of a deal to make. The Mites, of course, would like to stop being sacrificed. They have agreed to give back your statue if you can agree to, well, not cause them unnecessary harm.
He nods. The sacrifices were Tartuk's idea anyway.
We figured as much.
But no raids, no more confrontations between your two peoples. You agree to this, and they agree to return what they took.
We expect peace between the two of you moving forward.
Good enough for me. We will not attack the Mites. We will get the statue back.
How? How did Tartuk come to be your shaman, by the way?
Sootscale kind of scratches the back of his ear flaps, embarrassed. Well, when someone comes and they say they have a connection to a deity and they do a great magic, let's just say enough of my tribe was fooled that if I did not go along, it could have gone bad for all of us. I certainly would not be chief.
We have reason to believe that Tartuk is not only lying about his connection to your deity, but perhaps even about being a kobold at all.
Why do you say this?
Because his name is Tartuk.
It is a
Kobold
strange name
names
for
is also-
kobold, I suppose, not like Sootscale.
Not at all.
We had heard, well, I don't know about him not being a kobold necessarily, but we had heard stories of entire kobold tribes, such as yours, disappearing over the past years, just vanishing one after the other. And then we run into this shaman in your tribe who is ritually sacrificing the members of your tribe. So we have reason to believe, although no proof, that these two events may be related.
Furthermore, I was granted a premonition, if you will, that basically displayed crap, I just forgot his name. Tartuk, basically, as Cato had said, one by one, killing off your people and you as well, and then leaving himself unharmed.
Probably to move on to the next.
I suppose that would explain why all of the kobolds in the mountain are no longer with us.
When did he join you?
About, a week and a half before the curse.
Convenient. I mean, it's a moot point now since he's dead.
He's not dead.
Oh, is he not dead?
No, he got away.
Oh, I thought we got him.
We got his
no,
We got
raven.
him. Oh, we got
In
the
fact,
raven.
Chief Sootscale,
Yes.
Gotcha.
are you aware of any remaining kobold tribes who may be his next target?
Sootscale shakes his head no.
Cal will kind of look over at Ione and go, you're not, I mean, don't leave it to me to tell you how to do your business, but aren't you concerned about the one they kept in the cave?
What?
Aren't you concerned about the one they kept in the cage?
Oh, the mite?
Yes.
Yes, we would like his release as well.
Is he still alive?
Tartuk, excuse me. Sootscale looks a little ashamed, looks down, shakes his head no.
Cal laughs.
Presumably the work of...
Why laugh? What are you
It's
gonna
kind
do?
of funny. It's kind of funny.
I fully expected the shaman would have sacrificed the mite before moving
Yeah, I
on.
kind of just assumed he had. I thought maybe you had seen him, and that was why you had mentioned. I mean, if he's dead, nothing can be done. He died before the bargain was struck.
All right, so my mistake about the shaman being dead, I still think he's definitely a threat at large.
He's absolutely a threat. We don't know what else he is capable of changing himself into if he is in fact a shape change.
It's possible. I don't know any of this hocus pocus stuff, but I will defer that to our experts.
Well, chieftain, let's talk about the silver.
What about it?
Do you pull the silver from the walls, or do you just keep it in there?
Well, the cave is rather pretty with the silver in it. It's why we chose to move in.
Right. I mean, it is rather pretty. Is it? I mean, it's you dwell in the dark, so you don't really get to see it glitter very much, I'd imagine.
Shakes his head no.
You know what you could try? Why don't you try just pulling it out of the wall, and then you could take it out here, and you could see how much it glitters. It's very pretty. And Cal will take out a silver coin and show him. See?
Ah, yes, it is indeed.
You think you could make something like this?
What do the Sootscales receive in return?
Well, what would you like?
Not to, and Sootscale looks behind him where there's like a bit of half of a body that got Kalirid to death.
Mm-hmm.
Not to become like this.
Oh, well, I could certainly make that happen. I mean, if it's a simple protection that you require, I am quite good at protecting.
Protection rackets.
At protecting.
Let me remind you, Kyle, that there will be a time and a place for tax collection.
I don't care about taxes. I'm trying to secure a steady revenue for our kingdom. This silver does nothing for anyone in the walls. And if these kobolds are willing, yeah, what are you gonna tax them with? They're gonna give you moon. What do they call moon squashes?
Radish.
You're gonna give you a portion of the moon radish raid? No.
No, what I'm saying is we have no right to tax them until our kingdom is established.
Let's just put it this way.
I mean, it's at this point, it's just like a voluntary.
Yeah, I'm not trying to tax them. I'm trying to give them
It's a deal.
a purpose, something to do that could also benefit the kingdom.
They're clearly okay with mining it as long as they don't get killed. So
Exactly.
Right, they have our protection. In exchange, they'll mine silver for us. I think that's fair.
He nods.
I'll just kind of put my hands up. Okay.
I mean, as long as they're okay with it, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm curious what your objection is exactly.
Yeah, I thought you would like.
I'll just say under my breath, it feels a little manipulative.
A little bit of
It is extremely manipulative. That's one of the best things I
No, it's
do.
not.
Of course it is. I take advantage of people. It's fun.
You just want it to be manipulative, but it's actually a freely agreed upon bargain. Like, I think it's.
Sootscale nods at all of this, and he turns towards the party at large. And I believe you said you wish to establish a home here.
Yes, right.
That is our goal. Yes.
The Sootscales will help you, but in return, the Sootscales are friends, not slaves, not servants.
I don't wish to enslave anyone.
Cato will take a step towards the chieftain. You have more than proven the value of your people. Allies, then, and he holds his hand out.
Sootscale clambers up on a rock to be eye level with you and holds out his claw and allies. Now, shall we go get the statue?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
let's
Would you like to
do
come along
that.
with us?
He nods. It's a cloudy enough day out that the Sootscales can, or that the kobolds rather, can move throughout without harming their eyes. You
I will
guys,
offer.
good.
Speak so skill.
Yes,
Do you happen to speak any Undercommon?
I do not.
Whew, that's a shame. Do any of your followers, perhaps?
He shakes his head no.
Okay, I will do my best to translate between yourself and
Cal will offer.
King Grabble. Was that right?
His
Yeah.
name is Grab.
Though my Undercommon is very limited.
Certainly better than mine. Cal was gonna say a thing, I believe.
Yeah, she'll take out her sack and say, "If any of you want to ride, and it's kind of bright outside, you can get into my sack. I don't mind." Toss you right over my shoulder.
A couple of them clamber up.
There we are. Let's be off.
And so it was. A little bit more of the day passes. You guys return to the old Sycamore. Nothing has... I guess the guards have gone back inside. Other than that, nothing has really changed.
I'm sorry, did you say the guards followed with us or went back in the cave?
The mites went back under the old Sycamore. All 7 kobolds follow you.
How many
You're
can I
cutting
fit?
out again.
I'm sorry?
You're cutting out again. I got all 7 kobolds and then nothing.
All 7 kobolds follow you. The mites all go... when you arrive, they are not standing out guarding. You assume they are underneath the tree again. Cal can fit 2 kobolds in their bag. Yeah,
Sweet.
that all come through.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
So ridiculous.
I'll
Once
consider
we
it.
once we arrive at the sycamore tree, I'll go back over to the hole that leads down to the mite den, and I will call out. I assume I would have had Buck and leave me like an undercommon greeting.
Sure, makes sense. They reply in undercommon. You're not sure what they say.
And I'll take a step back and wait, I suppose.
Cal will let the kobolds out of her sack.
Okay.
We're here.
Are the kobolds currently armed?
Yes, but not like brandishing.
I'm thinking it might be a good gesture of like peace or whatever, because since they're not going to be able to understand us very well, if we were to like lay our weapons at our feet.
Okay.
Maybe step on our weapons rather,
Yeah.
so they can't be
Well, no,
stolen.
Yeah.
But yes,
well,
it's
yeah.
Let's
not hard.
break them in half. For the ultimate
Well,
display.
I'm not gonna stomp on my sword, but I will gently, place it on the grass. It's got a very expensive scabbard.
Okay. The kobolds follow suit. Eventually, good.
If the mites don't come out, I'll holler down again. I'm gonna speak
he
kind
was
of
about
broken
to
here
say.
because I imagine I know limited words. I'll shout something like, "No kill, trade shiny."
Eventually, you hear the sounds of something chittering and climbing the walls of the tunnel, and out pops, seemingly almost floating, just a round blue head squinting against the sun. There are pimples all over their face, on their tongue. Also, you can tell as they start talking.
Oh, we are doing this during daylight, aren't we?
He
Mm-hmm.
sees the kobolds.
clap.
He sees the kobolds have their weapons down. The kobolds all kind of like put their hands up and nod. He seems to understand, and I guess if you have knowledge religion, if you could make another knowledge religion check.
Knowledge what?
Religion.
Oh, Arcturus has this on lock.
I believe he does, yeah. Very clearly, the statue, which seems to be the creature, the object of the kobolds' worship, is a statue of a horned devil, which sort of looks like a big super kobold. It gets passed up. The chief takes it. The mite nods.
Can I detect
once.
magic
Yeah,
on
sure.
that?
It does not detect his magic at all.
That's what I thought.
And the mite goes back down into the sycamore. The chieftain takes the statue. There's kind of a pregnant pause once again. And that's why. Picks up the statue. To hold it over his head. The tribe looks at him in awe, and he takes the statue and he throws it into the tree, and it shatters.
Well, that was unexpected.
Good
Yeah.
riddance.
I saw that
The kobold
coming.
chieftain did that?
Yeah.
Okay. And while
it was the shaman's stupid statue.
yeah,
Mhm.
while the mites are still out here, I'll point at the kobolds and I'll say, no take shiny, and then I'll point at the mites and say, no kill.
What's the statue made out of?
Trash now.
Oh, just like, was it like, is it, I mean, it in and of itself, is it shining materials?
It appears, yeah, it was pretty shiny. You would say like ivory or silver or something like that.
Yeah.
Would immediately start thinking, should I scrounge those materials?
No. What I was gonna do is, Cal gathers all the little bits and pieces,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
she just shoves it into the hole.
What
There
like
you
he
are.
has this great grand display of a transition of an era, and then you're like, what's that?
What's
Yeah.
it made of, though?
Yeah.
Are you gonna?
Yeah, because
Are you?
no,
are you
because
gonna
I
eat it?
scoop it. No, I scoop it up. I scoop it up, and I scoop up the little pieces. And Cal just kind of just. Well, she probably didn't even really scoop. She does one of those moves where you kind of just drag it with your feet and just kind of just knocks the larger pieces into the hole. Like,
Shouldn't
This is,
should we at least wait until they leave before we just so unabashedly start picking up the pieces?
Of the profane idol that.
that's
they-
why she's kicking it. She's kind of just. Eh.
Alright.
All right, back to non-thieving stuff.
Not thieving anything.
Not thieving, but it's
How am I stealing something?
pretty sketch.
Keeping any of it. If anything.
What did we interrupt? What was happening?
Yeah. How did the mites respond to? Did we lose our?
No,
GM?
we did not. I relogged really quickly because I saw my latency was puppy.
Oh, okay.
You didn't really interrupt a whole lot of much. Just the shaman. The shaman's gone. Sootscale breaking the statue. The kobolds cheering.
All right.
Yeah, the mites weren't around. They went back into the hole.
Yeah.
It's too bright out here for them. They understood, I think.
That's why I
They
kicked the
gave us-
pieces down there.
Oh. Okay.
I would
Oh,
like
you're
to-
trying to give them shiny.
Yeah.
Oh,
You guys are a
I
bunch
thought-
of jerks.
I assumed you were a jerk. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
I know. You guys are projecting on the cow, and I don't appreciate it.
While Cal is giving back the shinies, I'd like to approach the chieftain and say, so as I take it, you are looking for a new deity. Let me introduce you to our Taurus.
No. What?
Spread the word of Abadosh or Abadar.
Oh,
Abadosh.
Abadosh.
Abagosh. Oshgosh.
they didn't
bagosh.
say they were looking for a new deity.
Yeah, I never heard
Well,
them
he
say
just
that.
smashed the
Do they
statue.
need it? Do they need a deity? Just because they get rid of their old one.
They
There's an
worship dragons
opportunity
and
here.
stuff.
Yeah.
There's an
they're-
opportunity here to convert 7 kobolds to Abadar. So
I'm a tax master, not a missionary. What do you?
Yeah,
Spread
there's a
the
time.
good
There's a time and place for this, and I don't think this is neither of those right now.
Fine.
I appreciate your go get 'em attitude, but this
So
is
now,
probably.
now that you've witnessed half your people being slaughtered due to a lunatic, a religious lunatic, would you like to join another religion?
I mean,
Are you in the market for
I
a
mean,
new
his-
religion?
Not
I mean,
lunatic.
historically, it's worked pretty well.
So you just smashed that religious idol. Here's another one. You should work.
Yeah, that's usually how it works.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
mean,
think
we
right
could-
now is the best time to try to pitch them a
Let's
religion.
give them a chance to bury their dead and
Yeah.
turn the
Total
page.
separation. I'm not against spreading the faith through our kingdom, but like, it seems on odd timing. And your faith isn't even my faith, but I don't care.
He
I-
just
I
tapped
accept-
out his former deity. It seems like a perfectly opportune.
Nah, let them rebuild their civilization.
While they're debating that, Cal goes.
If, sir, you are interested in hearing about our Lord and Savior Abadar, you let me.
He kind of like, you imagine it without lips. It's hard to tell if it's a smile or like a pant, but you probably assume it's something smile-ish. And he nods. Perhaps later.
Attaboy.
Yeah, like much. Now, if you want to hear about the really good god, you should talk about Gorum. Gorum.
Oh boy.
Nah, dude. Kurgas is the best.
The glory of combat.
Or the glory of fair play and organized sports.
Yeah, that too, but mostly combat.
All right. Cool. So, everyone's happy. La-di-da. Let's go hunt a shaman. Any ideas where this fleeing charlatan would have had, chieftain?
He shakes his head no.
Do you know where he came from prior to joining your tribe?
Shakes his head no again. He said he was sent by the gods.
course he did.
Hmm.
Seems to be a common theme among crazies.
Wait. Watch your mouth.
That was in jest.
What's...
I would just like to say we've done good work here today.
Yeah. And I only killed one mite. Which is pretty good for me.
Yeah, but
Oh my.
I would like to say here that the majority of us did good work here
laughing
today.
in the background that time.
What did you say, Eonia?
Oh, I just corrected myself and said I would like to say that the majority of us have done good work here.
Hey,
Oh.
I did good. Don't you even start with me. I
You
will
took
bear
my
it.
haste spell and
I
did...
saw you rolling a bunch of misses there.
Hey, I killed the one in the first round. I didn't kill, and it was glorious.
Yeah, but did you see when I charged in and I was super brave? And it
Yeah.
paid off, kind of.
Kind of.
A little.
I mean, it made up for you running away at the very start.
I was trying to be strategic.
See, we ran away because of magic. You ran away because of
Because of
abject,
strategy.
abject fear.
abject fear.
I'd like to say I think our job in this particular region of these lands is done here, so perhaps we should.
We think of any way to find the shaman?
Yeah, we could track it. I mean, it was.
Can we track it?
I mean,
You could
why
try.
can't you?
Aren't
You have-
you capable of tracking?
you
You've
have
shown me
tracking.
tracking before. Why don't?
So
Well, I'm a little out of character. I'm a little, maybe in character too. I'm a little confused as to how he got away. Did he get away by becoming invisible and then he just was lost in the fight, or did he like run past us when we were all feared, or what?
He cast invisibility, he cast fear, and then he bolted.
As soon as he had a clear shot out of the cave, yeah.
Okay, so he did physically, like we saw him run out.
We didn't see him.
'cause
He was
invisible.
invisible.
We just
at the time.
assumed. We assumed he ran because he didn't do anything else after
Yeah.
that point.
Because he had 25 hit points and got hit for 17 in the first round of combat by the chief. So he wasn't going to do much. He was just going to
Okay.
run far, run fast.
He
But
went
certainly
poof,
you could,
fear,
like an
run.
invisible
Abadar
creature,
bless
he's-
the chief.
Yeah.
will he leave tracks?
On
So
that, hold on. The magic words were said once again.
Oh no! Oh no!
The as you guys are walking back, I assume most of this conversation is taking place from Old Sycamore to the Sootscale Caves. As you guys are walking back, you come upon you're not sure how it got here. It's not really intended to, like, there are no roads here, but there is a little kobold-sized, or probably more aptly like halfling or gnome-sized mining cart with a little pickaxe in it.
Just by itself.
Just as if it appeared from nowhere.
Cal's gonna take a look around, see if
Here's
she's.
where if you want to detect magic.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Okay. You detect magic. It's definitely it itself is not magic, but there is a lingering conjuration aura on it, which could then be discerned with a spellcraft check.
Good point.
Can I also roll the spellcraft?
Sure.
Ew.
Both of you, ew.
You neither of you are sure what it is. It's definitely, I guess Artoris is sure that Abadar has put it here. How?
Oh hell yeah!
The gods work in mysterious spells that you don't quite comprehend. Sootscale goes up and pushes it, and despite the fact that there are no roads, the wheels seem to move through the mud and the grass just fine.
Are we meant to give this to the kobolds so they can?
That's
So they
like
can
something
make us
Sootscale
money.
Look at Abadar promoting commerce.
Sootscale
What
has
guy?
clearly taken it.
Oh, okay.
It's as if like it was just a matter of course, like, yes, more loot. Pushes.
And I'll kind of shout behind him. That's the power of Abadar. Oh wait,
my
I don't
God.
actually know that.
It's definitely not the power of
All right, I'll whisper to you. That was the power of Abadar, and then you'll
And then I'll
yell.
shout that's the power of Abadar.
There we go.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Sounds
do
like
we
we're
wanna
going back to the world map.
unless
So-
trying to track, would he have
Yeah.
left prints or anything?
Can
He should have. He was a solid creature, so yeah.
I don't know. Maybe invisibility.
I'm gonna
Doesn't
drop
get
you
it.
guys
Makes
off
your
the Thorn Forge real
footprint-
quick, and then you get an invisible creature definitely still leaves footprints.
so can I look for those?
Yeah, make a survival check.
You are definitely our pathfinder or pioneer or whatever. You get
Pathfinder.
Yeah, Senia is able to find the tracks. They go off the. If you were on that battle map before, they go off the right side. Eventually, the tracks abruptly stop,
where did they stop at?
just like in the middle of like the act of walking.
Do they
Probably got on another big raven.
sleep or anything at the last?
We got on another big ass bird.
Nothing
Maybe
changes.
maybe he flew.
That's true too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is that maybe flew off?
Well,
Maybe it was
guys,
the same Phaedra. Yep.
I was just about to say that.
The tracks stop. Like I can't track him farther than this.
All right, well, we will comb every inch of this land until we find and that. So now we have. Oh my God! So now we have a shaman on the run.
Who is
And a fairy
potentially
dragon.
not just a regular shaman.
Yeah, and a fairy dragon, both of which can magically mess with us in like the worst kind of ways. I'm
Well,
starting to really love this.
I
Book
think
one of Kingmaker makes a boatload of illusions.
so we haven't done 7 or 8 yet, correct?
Right. Well, you've done 7. 7 was.
That
Okay.
was how this all
Magic.
started. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seven's where
Okay.
we started.
So
You guys
Real
are
quick,
presently right here.
We're like
Before
way down here
Before
now.
we leave the tracks, I'd like to feel around above where the last tracks are. Like maybe he's just standing there still invisible.
Not quite.
That's
But we would feel like fools if he was and we didn't check.
stood there. He's like, oh shit, they're coming.
stand right.
Perfectly still. Yeah, so what do? We head to Bakken's, then we head to 8, and then or do we or is the whole bandits attacking Oleg's a concern and we head straight there?
Well,
What
Bakken has
I
our
will
horse.
say is you
Right.
guys can consider the squares where Old Sycamore and the Sootscale Caverns are to be cleared.
Cool.
Alright.
My thoughts is we go retrieve our horse, thank Bakken for all of his help, and then I think we all earned a rest back at Oleg's. Some good porridge and some nice beds. I'm kind of tired of sleeping on a cot for the time being. We've been out and about for several days. I think it would be good for all of us too.
Okay. Can I get a
It's gonna be a journey to get back all the way to Bakken's and then to Oleg's.
Sure.
It's
Can
gonna
I get a
take-
couple of moon radishes on the way for the?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, I'm gonna get like 4 or 5 of those.
4 or 5.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be it's a good trip, and I'm just gonna ask if anybody else wants any. I'm just like munching it, and anybody else? Pretty good.
A little bit. I'll eat in moderation because I know. What
How you
they
want
do.
to? She throws a whole one at her.
I'll pass.
You need to eat. You're very skinny.
Okay. So then I guess if someone could draw the route for me that you'd like to take back to Buckins.
Sure.
Click on
Zigzags.
the paintbrush. Click on the paintbrush.
There it is.
Jesus.
Perfect.
Ah, yes. We will go all over the place.
At some point, we realized what direction we were.
All right.
It felt
So
very Stanley Parable.
where did we? Yeah, I mean, we'll take a direct route back to Bakken's hut, like straight.
Okay, that works for me.
Literally right to the north, and then head once we've retrieved our horse back to. There we go.
Okay, sure. So then that means the fun part about Kingmaker, the CRPG, is this part of the game is timed. Like you have to finish it in a certain amount of days, or you lose because like the Aldori lose interest in you Not the case here, because that's horrendous, is what that is. But okay, just gonna grab this real quick.
So I can see if we piddle paddle around too much.
Exactly why Cal is here.
Do we want to explore that one as we're going through it anyway?
I mean, we could hit these.
Okay. Makes sense to me.
I'm not in a rush to get the horse back, but we could explore our way back, and then
Okay.
Besides,
We're gonna have to pay him for stabling our horse for.
I'm sure he's more than happy to do it at.
I mean, he didn't seem
compound.
more than happy. He seemed content to do it.
Hey,
What's the difference, really?
We are making our way back. It's just, why waste this? If we're
We
gonna
shoulda- we
pass
shoulda
through these.
We should kill some spiders. In that we should have went down there, pulled out some spiders or something.
Yeah, we are passing through that. Oh no, we're not passing through that one.
Okay,
We
so
could, though.
we're going here first. Am I understanding that
Yeah.
correctly?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that takes
And
you
we're gonna-
guys about 8 hours, and I believe that is also a landmark, isn't it? I think that's one you can't not see. So, yeah, I gotta scroll now to the top of the map and make sure that's what that is. That river is called by locals, you probably would have heard it from Oleg and probably from like Restov as well, the Shrike River. It's really fast. It cuts into like a canyon. It's pretty uncrossable, like in and of itself. But as you guys follow along the river, eventually you do come across a crossing. Someone has set up from what you can tell, it looks like just a simple barge that runs back and forth, and there's a house on your side of the river.
A house. Does it look like anyone's home?
Give me some perception checks.
The ferryman.
To hell.
Were we rested at this point, or is this the same day that we did all the fighting?
Same day.
The point to use it back.
No, it's been a day. It's been a day to travel back and forth and stuff.
Okay. That is a 25 with my 30.
Cool. So we're pushing on the end of September now. It's the 25th of Rova as you guys approach. It's not so cold out as to do like mechanical harm to anyone, but it is cold out. The sun is setting a little earlier every day. It's probably almost dark now, but there's no smoke coming from the chimney.
Well,
Kick the door down.
Let's do it. Let's go. Let's see what this ferryman has to offer.
and this might be a good place for us to rest because it is getting dark.
Okay. So as y'all approach, you see basically a thick and sagging rope hanging across the river is the only thing that remains of like any trace of where a barge should have been. There's a sign kind of like hanging half tipped over, which reads Nettles Crossing, 5 coppers, ring bell for service. The house, as you get a little closer, the back end of it was fine, but you can tell now that there was a fire recently-ish. It's hard to say, but like the front end of the house, most of it has collapsed and is exposed to the elements.
Cal giggles and rings the bell.
Okay, so that's fun.
And you're worried about me, Esker?
What? I'm calling for service.
And rising from the water is a very waterlogged, disheveled, emaciated corpse. It shambles over your direction.
What the fuck? It's dead.
For some of it, some of the distance takes place across water, and the corpse seems to, like the water is able to support the corpse's weight as it moves forward.
And it is very, very clearly a corpse.
Cal grabs Arturus. Vilmaya, do something!
He looks upon all of you. You are not my tormentors. Throw the Stag Lord's body into the river, that I may look upon his death.
Oh,
We
how about
haven't quite gotten there.
well, would you settle for parts? Because I think I might want to keep his head.
Shakes his head no.
Okay.
Wow, you were quick to.
That was unusual.
I'm not bartering with a ghost. Are you kidding me? It's gonna hex us.
Well,
What kind of knowledge would it be to know what's at play here?
Religion. Or I don't want to tip the metagaming too hard, but like, you have run into several illusionists. If you ever would like to look at something that is obviously real or maybe not real and disbelieve it, it's a will save. But to like know more about what kind of Zambo that is, it would be behind a religion check. Ionia is left scratching her head, but Arcturus,
get on my level, girl.
Get on your level.
Well, you're like ancient compared to me, so.
Ancient.
It's not an illusion. It's very real. Arcturus believes that this particular kind of undead is unique. Not quite something like a revenant or a ghost that would rise in undeath after suffering like great and grievous pain, but not quite just a mindless zombie, somewhere stuck in between. With that in mind, because Arcturus did roll real good, of all the things in the world for the creature to be carrying, it is carrying a rancer. The rancer is very well made, and despite having sat in the bottom of a river for a while, seems to be pretty well put together. In any case, it also is very clear that there's some kind of magic working on it to allow it to walk across water, which might also mean it has more magic available to it.
Kato is holding his hand on the hilt of his sword, though not making any sudden movements at this moment.
I would like to ask it. Well, maybe that'd be a stupid question. I assume the Stag Lord's the one that did this to him.
Probably.
For clarification.
It might.
Like how long ago, or what?
What,
You wanna know?
what are you? And I'm just gonna
Maybe why has
actually,
the Stag Lord done?
I'm just gonna ask, what in Kyrgyz's name are you? And why are you here?
My name is Davik Nettles, and I'm here to wait for my friend to join me in the river.
Stag Lord.
He nods.
Yes. Yeah, no. Do
Has
something, Arcturus.
Like, and what makes you think that that is going to happen?
I'm sure you would be happy to help, Princeling.
If I trusted you, maybe.
What happens when he joins you in the river?
Davik smiles. He says nothing. You rolled a really, really good religion check. You are pretty convinced that what will happen is the spirit of Davik Nettles will be able to find peace, because whoever did this to him, either it was the Stag Lord or one of the Stag Lord's lackeys, and he seeks vengeance in undeath, basically.
Oh, if only we had a few spare lackeys we could throw him.
Yeah, if only we gave them up.
Why was this done to you? Did they give you a reason to put you through this?
They claimed my crossing for their own.
It looks like they destroyed it.
After I killed some of his goons, they got a little angry.
Oh, I see.
Well, today might just be your lucky day, Mr. Dead Guy.
Well, probably not today, but someday will.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
think you
I
should
mean-
make promises to dead
I
things.
mean, today is his lucky day that he came across us.
Don't you mean we came across his hut?
Whatever.
Both statements are
Argue
accurate.
semantics. Yeah. We are also no friends of this Stag Lord. In fact, we have our own reasons for wanting to depose him. However, why should we trust you?
I believe him.
That's great.
What is your apprehension with what this ghost wants? Like,
The
what,
fact that
what do you?
The fact that it's a ghost and
Mm-hmm.
we've been bamboozled by a shaman.
Yeah, but Mike, what are you afraid that it will do with
Don't
the
know.
Stag Lord's
That's a good
body?
point. Exactly. Take it over as its new host and kill us all. We have no idea what its intentions are.
The poor soul has clearly been cursed to a terrible. When we kill the Stag Lord, what harm would it be to release it?
Can we talk about this when we're far, far away from here?
I'm just saying, after some of the shit we've been through, I am very, very reluctant to take anything at face value at this point.
That is a good instinct, Fop, but I don't think we should question the ghost in front of its face, where it is in clear cursing distance, which is an undisclosed distance to me. So far, let's go.
Mr. Nettles, is it?
Yes.
What is it you did here in life?
Business. Not enough people out here to man a crossing. The Shrike is too dangerous to cross on your own. 5 copper pieces adds up when you're one of the only means to cross the river in the Stolen Lands.
So you just provided transport across the river?
He nods.
And you were able to make a living all the way out here doing that alone?
I was. Until the Stag Lord came and drummed up all the bandits, they were wise enough to not attack me, as I am one of the only crossings of the Shrike River.
How long ago did this happen to you, if you don't mind my...
Time is... You'll forgive if I've lost count. He looks down at his emaciated, undead arms. Haven't been sleeping well lately.
Haha.
Is there a relative or a next of kin whom you would like for us to tell of your condition?
I am sure they await me in the city of Axis.
Knowledge check on City of Axis?
Sure.
I'm guessing that's going to be religion or history?
Definitely religion. A religion check you don't have to make, also. Neither does Arcturus. Axis is the easiest way to say it is the lawful neutral afterlife. It's a very big utopian city, like the perfect city, Plato's city, and the head of said city is none other than Abadar.
I was gonna say, that
nice.
sounds like
Love
Arcturus.
language. This is good people. We should help him.
There you go.
Wait, what? You guys are just sold on this dude just because he happens to pray to the same guy you do?
Yeah.
Seems.
I'm glad our representatives of Abadar knew the name of his own city.
We did.
They did. No checks were called for.
Mm-hmm.
The characters knew, the players did not. That's different.
I did.
I know. And
I
that's
didn't say, huh?
Good on you, Oscar. Proud of you.
I'm only mildly a follower of Abadar. I'm no inquisitor.
Yeah, but you would know where you're hoping to go when you die. Anyway, I digress. It was just a joke. That I know out of character we don't know everything we know in character. I'm not that.
Of course.
Anyways,
Also, that I did
will-
was like totally a lie. I didn't know,
Um,
but I didn't ask.
I kind of assumed it
will-
was heaven based on the way that he said they're waiting for me.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Yeah, it was pretty assumed.
As he's saying that, he's looking at the burned down house.
Oh no. All right, I believe this guy now.
I will give him a sympathetic and acknowledging look, and say, when we deal with the Stag Lord, we will bring him to you. And then I look at my party members sternly, as if to
I'm not making any promises to any ghosts.
Look at it this
You're
way.
on your
If we
own.
do this, he'll go away.
You don't have to make a promise. I did.
Really? Because I feel like I'm going to be in a
one
very
carrying
large
him.
part of killing stag lords.
Well, it's not so much we're killing him anyway. It's getting him up here. I
Oh,
don't
so
think
he,
Ionia's gonna be the one carrying him.
you think the vengeful ghost is going to just let the stag lord live? Oh, interesting.
Oh, I mean his body.
No,
We're gonna have to
yeah,
transfer the
we will
corpse
kill
up
him.
He just wants the body. He just wants
Yeah.
some company down.
He just wants the
Okay.
corpse.
Oh, I bet. What if they switch places?
That's what I'm worried about. That was my thing. I just said that, Esther, like 2 minutes
Well,
ago.
but then the stag lord would be stuck on the bottom of the. Oh, that wouldn't feel good either, though. Maybe we can think of a different way to let this guy.
So again, before you decide to on your own pledge our allegiance to some undead monster,
Well, we can
maybe we
at
should
least
discuss.
we can at least pledge to help him.
Mm,
I mean, it's
Choose
clear
your words
that
carefully.
Could we just? I mean,
look,
things how I
if
like
the
to
witch
solve
wants to be haunted, it's fine. Just don't include us. That's all I'm saying.
it's clear that the soul is not at rest, and it
Oh,
needs to rest.
I've already put this on our side quest list.
Uh-huh. Though I don't think you can make all those decisions yourself.
She could put whatever she wants on the list. Doesn't
I mean,
matter.
doesn't mean we're gonna cross it off.
It's on my list too, Ionia.
It is mine too, but in a skeptical, very
We might be able to learn more about the
manner.
curse that he's under and do something about it. Like maybe we could capture the stag lord.
Yeah,
and
the last
interrogate
course ended up being a bore, so this one seems more intriguing.
I don't see this more. I don't see the stag lord. I mean, I could be wrong, but I honestly don't see him being the type of dude who lets himself be taken prisoner.
He also lives with ghosts.
We don't need to
Stag
take
Lord
him
is
prisoner,
creepy.
we need to kill
Oh,
him. We
yeah,
need
that's
to bring his corpse here.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying we could maybe find an alternative, because I'm starting to think that maybe if we do what our friend here is asking us, we're going to actually condemn the stag lord to eternal damnation under this water, and
Well,
he's
the
just going to
Stag Lord
switch
is
places.
more deserving of that than this fine follower of Abadar.
Well,
Do you
I
agree?
agree with that, but if at all possible, I'd like to condemn nobody to eternal damnation in the river. That's just my own.
Okay, just a thought experiment. Is it possible to worship Abadar and I don't know, kill small puppies?
What is this?
That sounds like a chaotic evil thing to do.
So
It does. I guess what I'll.
so my point is we don't know what kind of person Nettles was. Just because he was just
Mr.
because he
Nettles.
worshipped Abadar doesn't mean he was a good person.
Mr. Nettles, are you decent folk?
He shrugs.
I like to imagine he's just been staring at us this whole time.
Pretty much.
Right.
Talking about him
Just
as Rook
frozen,
Kingdom.
floating above the river. Unblinkingly.
Like meh.
I mean, Cal did say we should probably have this conversation
I
like
did.
Athene, but
I mean, do you want me to
But-
detect evil on him? I can detect evil on him.
do it.
All right.
Okay. As an undead creature, he absolutely detects his evil.
Well, damn.
That does not necessarily mean
Swords out.
he in life wasn't necessarily evil, but he has returned with a desire for little more than vengeance. He is
Yeah.
nothing but that.
I mean, his home was burned, his family was killed, he was doomed to this fate in the river. Who can blame him?
I mean,
All
Sounds
I'm
like
saying is
Kato.
let's remember that he's here and think about it when we're in
I
a
will
position to do
forever
something.
remember this.
Well,
Trust me.
it's not just that you ignored the second part of what I was saying, where we think about it when the time comes and try and devise a solution. I'm already kind of dreading the moment where we have to be like, hey, we'll figure something out and then leave this guy to go back underwater. That's gonna be
We can ask
mean,
about him
he's
at
been here
Oleg's.
forever.
We can ask about him at Oleg's maybe. How about that? Oleg's
that's
is far
true.
from here.
Maybe Oleg
Oleg-
knows him.
Oleg probably knows about Nettle's crossing at least in the sky. Nettle, old Nettle himself.
Bakken even maybe.
Bakken, but yeah.
Excellent idea. Let's move. Okay.
Let's GTS.
All right.
Okay.
We're leaving now.
The
Um,
FO is GT'd.
Would
Do you-
would just killing him put him to rest?
If it was that easy.
Arcturus would know. No,
Yeah.
it would not. He would just reanimate.
Okay.
Can't
Not that
bust
I
it.
wanted. Not that I
It
wanted
is-
to kill him. I was just,
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. If you could break that shackle by like destroying him, but no, okay.
More
Isn't there any,
likely,
like,
Arcturus would know more likely it would have negative effects on you, like the person who did the killing, because you would then earn the rage of a vengeful spirit.
Maybe I should allow him to do it. Yes, actually, that'll work great.
Yes, do that one. Haha.
Can't you priests do some like ritual to put him back at ease or something? Like, isn't that what you do?
In character, I would need to study this subject a bit more. Out of character, maybe later when I level up.
Okay, so I take it we are heading back to Bakken's then?
So that's all that we found in this.
Yeah.
In this
Unless
cube?
you want to
Alright.
go fight a Zambo or loot the house while the Zambo watches you.
Ooh.
It feels wrong.
It
I
feels
feel like
super
Cal's
wrong.
already. I feel like Cal's already looting the house.
Cal's already just
No.
come back
I
from the
didn't.
house.
I got nothing to do with
That's
that
bad
fucking house.
voodoo, yeah.
Several burnt puppies. Look, guys, Abadar doesn't kill puppies. It's the Stag Lord. Okay, so then on to this hex. 8 hours pass. Do you guys want to stop, spend a day, and cross that one off your map? Okay.
Yeah.
Give me perception checks all around if you would.
Ooh. Well,
And again, that is
Oh
one.
man.
God, your perception's so good, Esker. You have a +9.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay. So you guys definitely find it. There's an old oak tree here, not nearly as big as the old sycamore, but has been struck by lightning. Seems to be the only tree in a couple mile radius. As you guys approach it, it kind of looks like a claw reaching up to grasp at the clouds. And if I could get a survival check really quickly.
From everybody.
Everybody.
Survival trained? No.
Never mind. Don't need any more. Senia got it. Senia killed it hard. As you guys approach the tree, you realize amidst the tree's roots there is a hollow. Inside that hollow, there's there's a cache.
Oh.
You pull it out, and there's some loot.
It's a dead drop.
Cash money.
Cache.
It is a dead drop, you're right.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's basically exactly what it is. It's as you go
Stag-
looking around under the cache, there is a dead body.
Who's
Literal dead drop.
Can we inspect said body?
Sure. Heal checks, knowledge
For
nature checks.
Let's go heal. What killed this man or woman? What is this thing?
A male human, if you had to assume. It's hard to tell. Most of the body is gone now.
Ooh.
As you go to pull it out, the head rolls off, and you can see the spinal cord has been, or rather the neck has been busted, as if like an axe had into the head. The figure itself is wearing really simple robes. They're very waterlogged, but inside the robes there is in fact a spell book.
Ooh.
Many other things as well.
What? Yeah.
Ah.
What loot did we find?
Grabbing it right now. There's
That's all he cares about.
I mean, it's not all I care about, but
It's
It's a good thing we
90%.
happened upon some loot so that Zeresh has something to do.
Oh, I've had plenty to do. Filling
No, I mean,
out all of
between
these
sessions.
notes and side quests and things.
Between sessions, you can do more loot management.
So was the corpse like so the corpse is really old, so it probably was killed a long time ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Could be never.
How like okay, well never mind, because the loot was just inside the tree hole. The corpse was
Under
adjacent to the tree.
Under it, yeah.
Under it.
Okay.
And as
So
you
they
go
were both-
flipping through the loot, it becomes. I had to copy it off 2 pages because bricks and pages are dumb. It's very clear that this was the rest of that person's gear. Looks like, I'll say it on chat so everyone can hear it, and then I'll hit the enter button. A masterwork dagger, a wand of burning hands, which the arcanists in the party would be able to identify as caster level 2nd with 4 charges. A silver ring, the Abadarans know that's about 75 gold. And unfortunately, most of the spellbook has been damaged by the rain, but the spells Identify, Mage Armor, Reduce Person, Silent Image, and Unseen Servant all seem to remain intact.
Hoo boy.
I don't know what any of that means. Good thing I don't have to.
Pretty much. And I think that is a good place to call it. I know we started a little late. If you guys want to run like a little longer, we can, but I do have Age of Ashes like right after this. Full
No,
time.
I'm good.
Okay,
It
cool.
was our.
Thank you
it
guys
was
for
not bad
watching.
starting.
Thank you for listening to a stranger, basically. I appreciate that. And you all are welcome to level 3 because level 3 it is. We will be back at it in a couple weeks for more of Kato and Friends Tame the Stolen Lands. In the meantime, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to listen to Kato when he's talking.
Kato murders things while friends scowl and hate him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And we'll watch more of that next time. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.